Look, here's the thing. If you've been trying to lose fat and it feels like your body just won't cooperate, that doesn't mean you're lazy or broken. A lot of people blame willpower, but what usually gets ignored is what's happening inside your body, especially with insulin and blood sugar. And this is where it gets interesting, because some foods that sound healthy on the surface can quietly make fat loss harder for certain people, especially if you're insulin resistant or already struggling with weight. Let's start with bread, specifically whole wheat bread. You've probably heard it's better than white bread. More fiber, whole grain, heart healthy, all that. And compared to white bread, yes, it has a bit more fiber and nutrients. But once wheat is ground into flour, even whole wheat flour, your body can break it down into glucose pretty fast. That means blood sugar rises, insulin goes up. And while insulin is high, your body is focused on storing energy, not burning fat. This doesn't mean bread is evil. It means for some people, especially those with blood sugar issues, bread can make hunger come back quickly and make fat loss harder. That's why you eat a sandwich and an hour later you're thinking about snacks. Biology, not weakness. A smarter move for a lot of people is either choosing slower digesting options, like true fermented sourdough, or just building meals around protein, vegetables, and healthy fats instead of bread. Eggs, fish, meat, vegetables, olive oil, avocado. That combo keeps blood sugar steadier and appetite calmer. Now let's talk about fruit juice. This one surprises a lot of people. Fruit itself isn't the villain. Whole fruit has fiber, water, and requires chewing, which slows how fast sugar hits your bloodstream and helps your brain register fullness. Juice is different. When you juice fruit, you remove most of the fiber and turn it into a sugar drink. A glass of orange juice can contain the sugar of several oranges, and it's easy to drink fast. That sugar, especially fructose, goes mainly to the liver. In large amounts, it can contribute to fat buildup in the liver and make insulin resistance worse. This is why someone can say, "I eat clean, I drink juice," and still struggle with belly fat. It's not that fruit is bad, it's that liquid sugar is easy to overdo. If you like fruit, eat it whole. Berries are a great option because they're lower in sugar and higher in compounds that support metabolic health. And for drinks, water, sparkling water, or even water with a squeeze of lemon beats fruit juice if fat loss is your goal. Another big one is instant oatmeal. Oats themselves can be part of a healthy diet. The problem is what happens when they're heavily processed. Instant oats are pre-cooked, ground down, and designed to digest quickly. That means faster blood sugar rise, higher insulin, and for many people, hunger soon after. Then there are the flavored packets with added sugars and oils, which just make things worse. Research shows that high glycemic breakfasts can lead to more hunger and higher calorie intake later in the day. Translation: what you eat in the morning can shape how your body handles food all day. A better breakfast for fat loss is one built around protein and fat with some fiber. Think eggs with vegetables, Greek yogurt with berries, or leftover dinner like chicken and roasted veggies. It sounds weird at first, but once you try it, you realize how much longer you stay full. Then we've got protein bars. This one hurts because they look so healthy. The packaging screams fitness and nutrition. But if you read the ingredient list on most of them, they're basically candy bars with protein powder added. Syrups, sweeteners, seed oils, and processed proteins can still spike insulin and trigger cravings. Even bars labeled keto can do this for some people because sweet taste alone can stimulate an insulin response. If you need something quick, whole foods work better. Hard-boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, a piece of cheese with some nuts, beef or turkey sticks with simple ingredients. Not glamorous, but your body understands real food better than bars engineered in a lab. Low-fat yogurt is another sneaky one. When manufacturers remove fat, they usually add sugar or flavorings to make it taste good. Fat in dairy slows digestion and helps you feel satisfied. Without it, blood sugar can rise faster and hunger comes back sooner. Studies comparing full-fat and low-fat dairy often show that full-fat versions are linked with better metabolic outcomes. So instead of sweetened low-fat yogurt, go for plain full-fat Greek yogurt and add your own berries or cinnamon. Almond milk is tricky because it sounds healthy and plant-based. But many brands are mostly water with gums, emulsifiers, and very little actual almond. Some of these additives may affect gut health in sensitive people. Almonds are also high in oxalates, which can be an issue for people prone to kidney stones or joint pain. This doesn't mean almonds are poison. It means if almond milk is your main milk every day and you feel off, it's worth questioning. Other options like coconut milk, macadamia nut milk, or real dairy, if you tolerate it, may work better for some people. Agave nectar is another one with a health halo. It's marketed as natural, but it's extremely high in fructose. And fructose is processed mainly by the liver. High intake has been linked to increased triglycerides and liver fat. If you use sweeteners, small amounts of honey or maple syrup are better choices, or non-caloric options like stevia or monk fruit. But the real win is using less sweetener overall. Granola deserves a moment too. It looks like health food. Oats, nuts, honey, crunch. But most granola is packed with sugar and oils, and it's very easy to overeat. That crunchy sweet combo hits your brain's reward system hard. You don't eat a spoon of granola. You eat a bowl. A better swap is Greek yogurt with berries and nuts, or chia pudding, or just eating the oats without turning them into dessert. And finally, whole grain cereal. Same story as bread and instant oats. It's processed starch, usually with added sugar, and it digests fast. Blood sugar rises, insulin rises, hunger returns. Compare that to eggs, smoked salmon, avocado, or yogurt with fruit. One of those keeps you full. The other sets you up to snack all morning. Now this is the part where people usually say, so are calories meaningless? No, calories matter. But focusing only on calories misses the bigger picture. Hormones like insulin decide whether your body stores or releases fat. If insulin is constantly high because of what you're eating and how often you're eating, fat loss becomes an uphill battle. You don't lose weight to get healthy. You get healthier and weight comes off as a side effect. And I want to be honest here. None of this is medical advice. Everyone's body is different. If you have diabetes, kidney disease, or any medical condition, talk to your doctor before making big diet changes. The point isn't to fear food. It's to understand how your body responds to different foods. So here's the practical takeaway. Don't try to change everything overnight. Pick 2 or 3 foods you eat regularly from this list and swap them this week. Maybe replace cereal with eggs. Replace juice with whole fruit or water. Replace protein bars with real snacks. Watch what happens to your hunger, your energy, and your waistline. Most people notice fewer cravings, steadier energy, and easier fat loss when they do this. Not because they're starving, not because they're counting every calorie, but because they're working with their biology instead of against it. If this made you rethink what you're eating, hit subscribe. I break down health science like this every week in plain English. No hype, no miracle cures, just what actually makes sense for real people. And if you know someone who says, I eat healthy but I can't lose weight, share this with them. Sometimes one small change is all it takes to get things moving again.